speed, power, and complex learning abilities. These behaviors keep our whales active and engaged. SeaWorld's killer whales have inspired generations all over the world to care about our natural environment, and we're excited to share their story with all of you here tonight.
Killer whales are the ocean's top predator. They use cooperation and communication, not just size and strength, to take their place at the top of the ocean's food web. At the bottom are small animals, like krill. At the top, the apex predator, the killer whale. Killer whales are as big as a bus, faster than an Olympic swimmer, high-flying and powerful.
We're going to see all of that and more. These behaviors contribute to an environment that is full of enrichment.
We spend days, weeks, months, years building relationships with our whales. This creates trust, and that allows us to do some amazing things. For example, when you visit the doctor, you present your arm to draw blood, or step on the scale to see how much you weigh. It's much the same with our whales.
Today, you'll see our whales moving together in unison. These synchronized behaviors strengthen social bonds and enable them to problem solve as a group. Working together as a team is what makes them the top predator of the ocean. Scientifically, they're known as the Orca. More commonly, they're referred to as killer whales. And here at SeaWorld, our 5 whales have their own individual names. We have our 3 females who you've already met, Katina, Nalani, and Malia. We also have 2 males named Cheryl and Malia. Now, are we enjoying our Orca Encounter presentation so far? Awesome. Well, I'm actually going to let you in on a little bit of what's going on. So, as you know, our girls opened up the show, and what we asked them to do after that segment was over was to ask our females to go back into one of our adjacent pools so that way our males could do the next portion of the show. However, much like the human world, the females are in charge in the killer whale world. So what we're seeing right now is that our ladies have decided that they didn't want their part to be over, and they're gonna hang out and have both pools right now. So you know what? That is okay. This is gonna let you a little bit on exactly how we train all of our animals here at SeaWorld, anything from a 7-pound otter to a 7,000-pound killer whale. And it's all on the basis of operant conditioning and positive reinforcement. Most simply put, we draw a lot of attention to what we want to see with our whales and give them a lot of reinforcement whenever they do something really good. What is something that you all think that the whales might really enjoy? Fish, exactly, yeah, so we can give them a lot of fish. We can also give them toys. We can give them a good rub down. The whales have very sensitive skin and enjoy a really nice back rub. We can even give them ice cubes. Some of them really enjoy ice cubes, much like your dogs might at home. We can even give them gelatin. We can use sugarless, flavorless Jell-O, so not quite the Jell-O that you and I eat, but very similar. We can use it to make toys. We can actually even make almost like a glue out of it and glue different toys together to create different puzzle items. So lots of different ways that we can reinforce our whales. But what happens when the whales don't do something that we don't want to see? We simply ignore it. We say, hey, you know what? That's okay. We'll give you another try. You know, we all don't want to do things all the time. So if they do something that we might not want to see at the time, we're just going to give them a few seconds. We're going to reset. We can either ask them again the same thing, or we can move on to a different behavior. So what we're doing right now is just letting the girls have some time, because killer whales are also very social creatures. So in addition to maybe not wanting to do something all the time, there's also a very strong social dynamic between all of our whales. So we want to let them be able to figure that out, because we are just visitors in their home. This is their home, and we want them to be able to communicate with one another and work out their social dynamics on their own sometimes. So looks like we just gave the girls a little bit of a break, so that way they could choose which pool they wanted to be in at the time. And I actually hear some whistles going on right now, so it looks like they might be asking the girls again to go ahead and go back to our back pool. We're gonna see if they'll stay back there, and if so, then we'll move on to the next portion of the show, but if not, question that we get is, how do you tell your whales apart? They're all big and black and white and all look very similar, right? But when you see them every single day like we do and get to build relationships with them, they actually all look very different and are all very unique and have their own personalities. So for our females, for example, that we got to see, the best way to tell apart all of our whales, I think, is going to be based on their eye patches. So each whale is going to have a completely unique dorsal fin pattern, a completely different and unique tail fluke pattern, and saddle patches, which are those gray spots on their back behind their dorsal fin, but their eye patches are also going to be unique to them as well. So one of our easiest ways to tell apart Nalani, for example, who is one of our 16-year-old females, is going to be by her eye patch, because she has 3 little black stripes on one of her eye patches that we jokingly call her eyelashes. So that's a really easy way to tell Nalani apart, compared to Malia, who is 16 as well and very similar in size. She has very pointed eye patches. And then Katina, who is our matriarch, she actually has a little white dot on the front of her rostrum that is very easy to tell apart from the other whales. Now, that was a good signal. It looks like one of our gates just closed, but it looks like we still have some whales playing with it, so that's okay. We'll let her continue to do that. And we'll talk a little bit more about our whales. Now, in addition to their, looks, they do have their own personalities. So Katina, for example, is our oldest whale. She is actually going to be celebrating her 47th birthday this year. Yeah, give it up for Katina. She's kind of our legend here at SeaWorld. But Katina, while she is our oldest, she is still our highest flyer. She's our fastest swimmer. She is a big showgirl. She loves putting on these demonstrations for you all. Whereas somebody like her son, Makayo, really enjoys getting to bond with his trainers and enjoys a really good rub down. He's still growing, as he's our youngest at 12 years old, so he still kind of has a lot of extra skin that he's growing into. So you'll see that he really enjoys a good back rub and getting to shed off all that extra skin, because killer whales actually shed their skin every 2 hours, if you didn't know. All right, I'm going to actually turn it over to Nick. He's going to give us a little bit of an update about what's going on.
Great job out there, Kylie, letting everybody know about how we train the animals here at SeaWorld. You guys learned a lot. Well, awesome. That's good, because we are also learning a lot in the back with our whales. Now, as you can see, all 3 of the killer whales are back out here in the front pool. This is absolutely fine to do. It is their choice to do behaviors we ask them to do. So what we're looking at is actually reading their behavior, letting us know when they are willing and ready to go on. And it looks like they are getting to that point, but we're going to give them a few more minutes. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to ask our stage manager and the awesome guys in the sound booth to set up one of our sea rescue episodes. Now, you guys visiting the park today, you're all contributing to SeaWorld's efforts in helping animals all over the world. And this program that we have put together highlights some